What's up, people of the internet? My name is Dabicab, and I have just come back from PAX where I won the Artifact tournament. No big deal, no big deal. So if you want to know how I won and watch the tournament winning game is the way to phrase that, then stay tuned and we'll go over how I won and the important things that you need to do in order to win at Artifact. Plus, hold on, check this out. I've got Artifact beta keys to give away, minus this one. This one's mine. Sorry, man. So if you want a chance to win these keys, be sure to stick around. Alright, so first things first, when I say Artifact tournament, I'm only kind of half right. It was sort of like a mini tournament. Basically, once you got through the line, you played versus an AI. And that was just sort of like to learn about Artifact, learn how to play well. Developers over your shoulder being like, this is how you murder things, this is how you don't lose the game. Then you go up against a player, like another human. And if you won that, you get to play again. And then if you won again, you basically keep going over and over and over until you lose, and when you lose, you're out. But if you hit a certain threshold, for me, I think it was 5 players, kicked all their asses. If you defeat 5 other players, then you get to go up on the stage where you fight one of the champions. The champions were like Dota, streamers and YouTubers like Sir Action Slacks. I played against Lumi, and you're going to see that match between me and Lumi. So we're going to break it down. I'm going to tell you like why I made these plays, what was going through my head. I'm telling you, this game is so complex, but like in a good way. It's like it's like Dota complexity. You know, there's a lot of moving pieces, but if you learn the game, then you can outplay your opponent pretty consistently, I feel like. So the deck I chose was a red-blue deck. I felt like it had a very clear strategy, which was to control the board early with strong red heroes and supporting weak blue spells, and then completely run away with the game with really powerful late-game blue spells at the end of the game. So I went up against Lumi, and unfortunately I had to cut out all the audio because there was commentators in the background. So we're gonna go through the match and see how I pulled off this win. All right, so to kick things off, I am up top. As you can see, I'm the Artifact Challenger, and the Artifact Champion is Lumi. Now, this first lane was super, super lucky for me. I have Bristleback up against Rix, and that's basically a free kill. There's nothing I can cast, actually. There's nothing he can do. So that's just free armor. I thought like, oh, great. I'm gonna get 2 armor. Oh, look, there I am. Who's that handsome devil? Concentrating real hard. I really want to win this one. Oh man, I wanted to win this one so bad. So I got 2 free armor for that Rix kill, and he isn't too bothered by that Rix kill because after all, he'll be coming right back. But actually, later on, you'll find out that armor didn't really make any difference. Basically, my Bristleback took no damage for the rest of the game, more or less. So I could have Tower Barrage there, but it wouldn't have done anything. Same thing here, there's no spells I can cast, so I just pass. There's like, I'm waiting for more meaningful plays to happen. I'm kind of holding on to my spells, waiting for something to happen. Sure, I could have Tower Barrage last time and dealt 2 damage across the board to the mid lane, but I decided, you know, I may as well hold on to it. There's no real rush, it wouldn't have made any difference. So the first round was really straightforward, nothing really dramatic happened. Unfortunately, you can't see my item selection, it shows the champion's item selection. Okay, so he had Rix has rapid deployment, and that means that he comes back instantly. So he gets 2 champions back, whereas I only get 1, I think Zeus. And so my strategy is I don't want to put all my blue heroes in one lane, because that means I can only cast blue spells in one place. So I'm trying to spread out my blue heroes. So I opt for the lane all the way over to the right because I feel like I've got a pretty strong presence there with my red hero. Plus I'm about to lose my hero anyway to Phantom Assassin. I'm thinking I might even be able to Tower Barrage because I think Phantom Assassin is at 2 health at the moment. So that could kill her, save my, I don't even know the name of that big ogre dude. Well, in any event, so we're back in this first lane. I've got some spells I can cast. Viscous Nasal Goo is not really... God, I stumbled over that phrase. Viscous Nasal Goo. It's snot, basically. It's Bristleback's snot. So there's no heroes to cast that, so no point in that. No point in clear the deck either. So I'm thinking, you know, there's not really a lot to do. Right now I'm trying to decide if I want to phase boots him. That gives you, I think, 4 or 5 health, and it allows you to move. But I'm thinking I might be better off putting that onto... Luna, because I want to keep Luna alive as much as possible. And right now I'm trying to decide, do I want to Tower Barrage? If I Tower Barrage, I'll basically kill 2 creeps and I'll spare myself taking 2 damage, which is okay, not super meaningful. I phase boost myself to try and give myself some more health. Now that I got more health, I don't really need the tower barrage quite so much. So I'm just thinking, you know, I can probably hold on to it for when I really need it. I would love to kill the wolf, but 2 damage isn't going to be enough to kill that wolf. So I think that's just something I'm going to have to live with. Now, one of the most important things about Artifact that I discovered during this tournament, I didn't like know this coming in. There I go, a tower barrage to save my, I think his name is Keith the Bold. Now, this is actually a misplay that I made. What I could have done was, I think I could have done this. I'm not really sure. I think I could have ventriloquied the Rix onto the 2-4 and spared myself a little bit of damage, but I'm not exactly sure. That was a minor mistake, I believe. Or maybe that's battlefield control. I don't know. The game's still very new. I haven't memorized every single card. But in any event, as I was saying, one thing that I learned about Artifact, a super, super, super important concept, which is understanding when to give up a lane, right? You can't win all 3 lanes. It's just not going to happen. If you're winning all 3 lanes, your opponent is dumb as bricks, and it doesn't really matter what you do because you're going to win no matter what. So, like, you have to pick and choose which lanes you're going to win. At this point, I'm sort of thinking middle lane is kind of a wash. He's got such a strong presence here. I'm probably better off just letting him give him the tower, not overcommit my resources to it, and that way I can focus more on the other 2 lanes and hopefully win those. So I put one more hero here. I think that might have actually been a misplay, but I do put Earthshaker in the mid lane, hoping that I can maybe cast some blue spells. Because I'm a little bit concerned that with all that hero pressure in mid lane, they might play some spell that's going to completely shut down Luna, and then I won't be able to cast anything, and I'm going to get totally steamrolled. So I just want to back myself up a little bit so I'm not like completely against the ropes. So I decided to put Earthshaker in mid. Looking back, I'm not entirely sure if that was the right play, but that's what I opted for. Okay, so back to the left lane. I put the cloak on Bristleback, which is going to give him increased health. Now, unfortunately, I didn't know this at the time, but Bristleback doesn't really fight anything for the rest of the game. He kills maybe like 1 or 2 other creeps and then just gets in some tower damage. But of course, I didn't know that, and also because my Bristleback was kind of a beast at this point, I think that affected how the other player engaged with this lane. I think he didn't really commit a lot of resources to it. So I think like he was like sort of a big scary deterrent. I nasal gooed Rix because Rix is going to keep coming back over and over and over and over and over. So if you can modify Rix negatively, basically you're always going to benefit from that debuff. This is not me controlling this. This is the commentators who did that. So like you nasal goo Rix and he dies, he comes back, you hit him again. So you like punish him over and over and over. So I lost the mid lane, which kind of sucks, but I knew that was going to happen. I made plans thinking, okay, I'm just going to give up the mid lane. I can't really deal with that wolf that's getting too big, so I'm just going to focus my attention on the other 2 lanes without completely abandoning mid and letting it get, you know, the 80 health ancient getting steamrolled. So my attention now is on this last lane. What I want to do is see if I can control this lane as much as possible, and I've got a red Mist Pillager. I think this right here, putting red Mist Pillager in this lane, was the game-winning play. Because what ended up happening was, because the Artifact champion was so worried about the red Mist Pillagers getting out of control, he kept committing resources to this lane over and over and over when he didn't want to. So those, like, he successfully stopped my red Mist Pillagers, but I think the cost of putting resources in that lane to deal with the red Mist Pillager meant that he lost the other lanes, right? So I'll point that out later on. I'll show you what I mean. But I think that the opponent, that's probably the biggest mistake he made. He overcommitted to that lane. All right, so we have Phantom Assassin going down to my Bristleback, and see, I would have loved to have bashed that Phantom Assassin's face in, but I got Coup de Grace, which is a fantastic spell, incredibly strong against red heroes. Red heroes have just tons of health, tons of armor. Coup de Grace is like, yo, I don't care how big you are, you can have a bajillion health, I'm still going to kill you anyways. So it was a really smart move to put Phantom Assassin in there and take out Bristleback, and all that cloak, you know, the armor, it doesn't make a bit of difference. So now in this lane, I'm in a little bit of trouble. That wolf's getting huge, and I Eclipse. Not because it's a good play, but because I just don't have a lot of options right now. Luckily, it like weakened things enough. Selimine's favor in this lane. Luckily, weakens things enough that I can at least kill 3 of these creeps plus the hero with the cleave. Don't forget about the cleave. And I'm, wiping out a lot of people in this lane. I'm only taking 16 damage. That's the thing about your Ancient. Your Ancient can tank some serious damage. All right, so there's a Red Mist Pillager over on the left. What he wants to do is kill that Red Mist Pillager, because if he can block that damage, then he won't. I won't spawn another one. But luckily for me, I have an answer to that, which we will see coming up right here. I've got this Eclipse in my hand, and I'm thinking I've got, I think, 5 or 6 charges on the Eclipse. I only have to hit the wolf one time. I'm thinking those are pretty good odds, so I gamble. I could Ventriloquy to protect the wolf, or to protect the Red Mist Villagers from the wolf, but I really want the Red Mist Pillagers to hit the tower. So I take a gamble, and luckily for me, the gamble pays off. I'm also gonna get a chin kill out of it from the creep. I lose Zeus, but that's not really a big deal. Look, this is a reality you're gonna have to swallow. Blue heroes are gonna die. It's fine. They're gonna suck early game. They're gonna get stronger late game. You just have to accept that fact. Your blue heroes are gonna die. So at this point, I'm thinking the right lane looking pretty strong. I want to win that lane. Left lane and mid lane, I kind of have to decide which lane I want to go for. I'm not really sure which lane at this point I want to focus on, right? Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of heroes. All of my heroes kind of died all at once. So I've got 3, as you can see in the upper left-hand corner, 3 in reserve. So I got nothing to do with this lane. If you don't have a hero in the lane, you can't cast any spells. So all I can do at this point really is just pass, hope he doesn't put too much damage into me. He hits me with a steam cannon. I don't know if that was the right play, because all he did was get 3 of Rix's damage to come through. Like, big whoop, 3 damage, who cares? But I think he's trying to push for the win. He's got mid lane already. He's trying to pressure me down in the mid lane, or in this lane, the left lane. But, it's not a big deal. I've got plenty of health. This is going to take me down to about half health, and I can do a strong showing because I have a blue deck, and blue decks are so strong late game. They're so strong. That wolf, God, that wolf is huge. If you don't kill these wolves early, they will completely run away with the game. So at this point, I can flag the left lane because I'm thinking, I'm never going to kill that wolf. The wolf heals 2 every turn, and the conflag deals 2, so I'm just never going to kill that wolf. This guy, he's got 4 damage. He's not really a big concern, so I'm thinking I'll conflagration the left lane so that next turn I can position myself stronger for taking down that lane and maybe putting in pressure. But still, I'm not quite sure. I'm going to see how the board state plays out a little bit. I still got options. I don't know if I want to commit to the left or the mid lane. I'm still dominating the right lane so well that I'm not too worried about that. But the moment I'm just sort of trying to... Okay, here's what I mean. He blink daggers. He blink daggered over to the right lane because he's worried about the Red Mist Pillagers. He had no heroes here, so he can't cast any cards here. So he had to teleport his hero over to this lane so he can cast spells and deal with this Red Mist Pillager, which is what he does right here. Now, this is a mistake. I think this is a mistake that cost him the game because he's already lost this lane. It's got 80 health. That can tank plenty. I think he was overly worried about the Red Mist Pillagers. Like, sure, I've got a pretty strong presence here. Don't get me wrong. Maybe he had to do it, but I'm just telling you, the unfortunate side effect of this is that he spread his resources too thinly, and he put resources into an already wasted lane. He's killed off my Red Mist Pillagers, but at this point I'm like, no big deal, because he had to commit a hero up there. He had to spend, he had to cast, what is it, Reptile Envoy, I think it is, in a lane that I don't care about anymore. Like, I'm going to win that lane because I've got such a strong presence, so I'm not really that worried about it. It's kind of waste resources. All right, at this point, I have 3 heroes coming in. Bristleback, Zeus, and Earthshaker. Now, I want to put at least 1 blue hero on the left lane in case it gets too big. If it gets too big, I've got a bunch of blue spells. I can hopefully try to clear the board. So I opt for Earthshaker because Earthshaker, even if I don't draw a really good blue spell, I can always use his ability, which stuns the opponents in front of him. My plan at this point is I don't need to win the left lane. All I want to do is just stall the left lane enough to win the mid lane because I have Time of Triumph, which gives massive stats to all of your heroes in that lane. So what I want to do is put as many heroes in one lane, Time of Triumph, and then just win. So I don't know if you saw this point of the match, but at this point, the commentators who are watching me are kind of like screaming in my ear, kind of telling me what to do. But what I did was more or less the same as what they were suggesting anyways. What I want to do is Echo Slam. I drew it this turn, and I was thinking, should I Echo Slam or should I stun? The commentators were like, stun, 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 stun. And it was kind of hard to concentrate with them constantly in my ear. So I was like, all right, sure. Maybe they know something that I don't, so I'll go ahead and stun. I think that was a mistake because it left the Black Hero, Phantom Assassin, open to cast spells. And he had coup de grace. And if he were smart, he would have instantly coup de grace my Earthshaker right here. It would have completely prevented me from casting any other spells. But he doesn't. Instead, he uses his Chin ability, which steals my creep. You're going to see any second now, which ended up biting him in the ass because I've got Echo Slam. Of course, he didn't know that. But, I mean, he hasn't seen Echo Slam all game, and I've got 3 in my deck. He has to know I have 3 in my deck. And what Echo Slam does is it does damage to each enemy equal to the number of enemies. So by stealing this enemy, he buffed the power of Echo Slam, making it even stronger. So at this point, it's an easy choice. All I gotta do is Echo Slam. Like, blue spells are so strong, you guys. They're so freaking powerful. They're insanely strong. Like, look at this. It just wipes the board. So that's all I had to do, right? I'm not trying to win this lane. I've got Earthshaker. It's doing 2 damage. Like, I don't care. So he coup de grace because he's trying to get Phantom Assassin out of this lane because he wants to put him somewhere else. He's not worried about Earthshaker because Earthshaker only does 2 damage. Like, who cares? I don't care. He doesn't care. We both know this lane is not a threat to either one of us. So he's like, okay, mid is where it's at. I need to get Phantom Assassin out of this lane and into mid lane as soon as possible, which I think is actually the right call. Now here, I've got my 3 heroes set up. My Zeus and Luna are weak, but it doesn't matter. He doesn't have a hero here because remember, he overcommitted to the 3rd lane. He can't cast any spells here. I Time of Triumph. My dudes get huge. That's 28 damage coming to the tower and he gets destroyed. And that is how you win an artifact tournament. All right, so I won my match against the champion, and everyone who plays, win or lose, regardless if you won the tournament like me or if you lost on your first match, either way, you get a goodie bag. I'm gonna show you what people got. So first of all, you get this cool little like artifact bag, which I'll probably never use, to be honest with you. But the artifact bag contains cool artifact stuff, like this sweet artifact shirt. Is this upside down? This is upside down. This cool shirt, artifact shirt. Oh, it's so pretty, and it's gold. Ah, I love it so much. I can't wait to wear it. And then you got these pins. I got dire pins. I got the imp and the tower. I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you guys see that? It's kind of shiny. The imp over here, and then tower on the outside. And then you got the artifact thing right here. So that's the pins. And then I got a lanyard, artifact lanyard, which I didn't end up using. The keys, of course, and the coolest thing was this autographed artwork. We got Rix right here, who I destroyed during that match over and over and over. And then we have this red here. I forget his name. I think it's Sword. I think his name is Sword. No, Sax, obviously. I'm not that much of a Dota noob. So let me ask you guys. Let me ask you, who here wants some artifact beta keys? You guys? You? Maybe you? So if you want one of these keys, and I know you do or you wouldn't have been watching this video this whole time, all you have to do is like, comment, subscribe. Once Valve releases the open beta, I'm going to choose people from my channel who have liked and commented and subscribed and pick a few lucky winners and send you guys beta keys. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and go down and just say something about the video like, wow. So if you enjoy this content, if you want to see more videos from me, or if you don't care about me at all and you just want beta keys, either way, go down to the comments, say something, say hello, say what your favorite hero is, whatever. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hopefully we'll play together in the future in the Artifact Beta, which is like a month away. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Come back later for more videos. Dabacab out.